Non, bah non, c'est moi qui fais un truc mauvais, mais je sais pas quoi. J'ai essayé de mieux regarder la vidéo. Peut-être que je roule trop tôt. Ah, je vais essayer ça. Je trouve c'est ça. Ouais, je crois que c'était ça. Non, je sais pas, je comprends pas trop. Je comprends pas. C'est peut-être avant de cette technique qui doit être trop tendue à passer en run. Ah. Je crois que t'as vraiment pas beaucoup de frames pour passer. Ouais. Mais j'arrive pas à trop distinguer. Merde. Est-ce que c'est parce que... Peut-être pas là. Mais je pense que c'est vraiment le timing de la roll là qui change tout. Au contraire, quand je touche, j'ai l'impression que ça passe un peu plus. J'étais pas loin d'avoir le premier cycle. Enfin, je demande à l'UNTX. Des fois, je passe bien. J'ai du mal à repartir après un coup d'épée. Il y a aussi le double saut là qui compte, mais faut pas le faire trop rapidement, j'ai l'impression. Ouais. Ah, c'est chiant cette animation qui te bloque tes sauts là à la fin. L'animation là au sol là, elle te bloque et tu peux pas enchaîner les sauts. Faut s'habituer au timing. Ok, c'est ça. Ça dépend du. La roll, faut pas la faire dès le début. Et il faut sauter légèrement. Le double saut, faut le faire légèrement. Faut le faire rapidement, mais pas le plus rapidement. Faut faire un tout petit peu plus longtemps. Ah fuck. Là c'était mon double jump qui était pas bon. Ouais, c'est ça, tu vas plus au milieu de la plateforme grâce au double jump un peu plus. Un peu plus. Tu le fais un peu plus lentement. Tu vas gagner en distance. Mais pas trop parce qu'autrement tu sommes trop. Voilà. Voilà, là c'était niveau nickel. Ouais, enfin, j'ai pas encore tout à fait compris comment bien passe tout le temps, mais. Ouais, nickel. Le plus dur, c'est vraiment ce passage du début. Tout le monde le reste, ça va. Au pire, tu te prends le hit comme ça là, dans le bouclier. Comme ça. Ouais. Ah fuck, j'ai trop eu peur du fantôme alors que ma spin attack allait le tuer. Trop rapide. Ah putain, ça c'est... C'est quand je rate le timing pour taper le coffre, je crois. Tu passeras sans souci. Ouais, je sais pas. À voir. Mais c'est vraiment dans le double jump. Je le sens quand je le retarde un peu. Ah, c'est peut-être parce que j'ai fait le double jump au milieu des plateformes. Ah, j'ai tellement eu peur du fantôme alors qu'il allait pas me toucher. Saleté. Ouais, c'est ça, c'est le double jump. Ah, j'étais en retard, putain. Ah, fuck. Même en foirant la spire, j'arrive à passer dessous. En dessous de quoi? Pignouf. Merde. J'ai pris du retard à faire le... Le premier cycle est chaud à choper. Tu casses le coffre avec ta roll. Ouais, l'aspire elle sert à rien, Pignouf. Ouais. T'as pas besoin de l'aspire. L'aspire c'est au cas où que t'as pas l'épée enflammée, je pense. Ouais, c'était bon ça. Là, je peux pas avoir le premier cycle. Je suis obligé d'attendre le prochain. J'ai pris trop de retard avec le jump. Tu fais un truc en retard, je pense que c'est foutu pour le premier cycle. Merde, j'ai fait un double jump trop rapidement. Ce qui m'a fait gagner de la distance, c'est mon dernier double jump. Je le fais beaucoup trop lentement et je gagne trop en longueur. J'ai marché un peu et mon double jump encore qui était un peu lent. C'était pas bon le début. Un peu trop lent le double jump. Ah, faut que j'arrête de marcher au début ici là, à ce niveau là. Ici là je fais un petit pas où je marche et c'est pas bon. Ah. Voilà. Là j'ai pas marché et du coup j'avais moins de distance. J'étais moins collé à lui lors de mon lancer quand je lance ma spire. Voilà, encore 2-3 fois et je passe au niveau suivant. Ouais, c'est vraiment tout est dans ce double jump quoi. Merde, j'ai oublié de. T'as pas beaucoup de marge quand même. Ouais mais ouais, si tu marches pas, tu risques de prendre le premier lancer de torche là. Putain. C'est tendu le timing pour passer là. Il y a pas beaucoup de marge. Il fait peur ce fantôme mais en fait non. Il est inoffensif. Voilà. Merde, je voulais pas rentrer. C'était le 3. Ouais, si tu fais bien ton double jump, tu peux en plus marcher pour passer en dessous de la torche. Donc ce double jump là, il est essentiel de le faire rapidement. Et l'achever à l'épée, ça diminuera la vitesse. Et l'achever à l'épée... En fait, l'achever à l'épée, c'est pour cancel ta spire. Tu l'achèves à l'épée pour cancel l'animation. C'est plus rapide que de... Bah non, c'est ça le plus rapide, mais... Tu vas pas lui relancer une spire, ça c'est sûr. Mais au fait là, avec l'épée, tu cancel l'animation. Enfin, j'ai sans doute mal compris ta question, Pignef. N'hésite pas à la reposer si... Enfin, de la poser d'une autre manière, où je comprenne mieux. Voilà, rapide. Et hop, c'est bon. Ok. Allez, dernière fois et puis je passe au suivant. Merde, j'ai encore fait le double jump trop rapidement. Trop rapidement. Limite la spire. Ok, suivant. On est rendu au 9e. En réalité, il en reste 4. C'est le... je sais pas combienième.
$100 from Anonymous saying, love seeing new games broken on GDQ, so I'm putting my birthday money towards Breath of the Wild. And we have a $200 donation from The Vanished Man simply saying, wow, pretty great.
Wow.
And we have Honey Bunch giving $500 donation.
Yeah.
Simply saying, go fast.
All right, so this guy is going to take us into the DLC. Bubbles, do you know why we're going through the DLC right now?
Because it's all bosses DLC games.
Well, that's a good point. It's a good guess. Good guess.
Okay.
Well, you're technically right. But we're going to the DLC right now because I am level 10. This is a level 70 to 80 area, and I am ready to go.
Oh, that's why.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know about you guys, but I feel confident. Anyway, the real reason we're here is to say hello to the magical appearing tree. Hello. But really what we're doing is we're picking up some upgrade materials for our Sellsword Twin Blades before we continue on with the next boss. Now, like I said before, I did make a point of saying this is level 70 to 80 area, and again, level 10. So I die in 2 hits.
If you're lucky.
Well, you know, there's a couple things I can one-shot me, but they're a little far and few between. But I die in 2 hits. We'll keep it at that.
Oh, yeah, you got that female character that takes the counter hit upon running.
That's true.
Oh, that's the worst.
But she's pretty.
Oh, yeah, that's my favorite manipulation in Souls games is when you just... Crystal Lizards will run away from you. And so if you just stand in a spot that's like away from a cliff, they'll just kill themselves.
Yeah, in previous Souls games when they did that, they'd live. But luckily in Dark Souls 3, they die when they actually run off cliffs.
Oh, dude, it's Final Fantasy 7.
Also, this is the best slide ever. It's the best part of the DLC. And we're about to go grab another weapon because Dark Souls 3 is a game with many weapons. Up on that rock there. Also, I'm sorry for these things screaming at us. Spit your goo. And we're not allowed to jump up that rock, but, you know. FromSoft doesn't want you to know that you can do that, so please don't pay attention to it.
He got probably one of the coolest items for glitching in this game, and we'll see it later.
Okay, Voldo. No, not you.
I know Voldo.
Anyway, we picked up the Crow Quills, as Bubbles was saying, and that is one of the best items for glitching in Dark Souls 3. It got patched like very soon after DLC 1 came out, but since we're running just DLC 1, I get to show off how awesome they are.
Yes,
and they're super
awesome.
awesome.
That's a benefit of this, yeah.
So, I would rather not have to fight anything in here, because if I die in 2 hits, it's a bad fight. But I do have to fight one person. There is an NPC in this building over here, and he is blocking our path and holding a key very dearly to his chest, and I need to rip it at him. Wish me luck, guys. I think I got this, though. In fact, I got this so hard, I'm only going to fight him with my shield.
The Gaul.
The Gaul. Anyway, this is Wilhelm. He is anime incarnate because his voice is deep and he has black fire on his sword.
I wonder if he's trying to make new friends in his high school.
Anyway, I have an ally on my side that he doesn't. I have a problem. Get off of my mountain, sir. Sir. All right, goodbye. I am once more king of the mountain. Reigning champ. So yeah, fighting him would be a terrible idea. He would murder me. Instead, I am happy enough to just push him off a cliff.
Oh, look, stairs.
Those poor books. So the next part is just a long run to the next bonfire. We got some time for donations. I love donations.
All right. We have $200 from Iskanet. Did my best to pronounce that. I stumbled upon GDQ a couple years ago on Twitch, and I'm so glad I did. Amazing games for an amazing cause. I had to make my first donation ever during the Dark Souls run, one of my favorite game series of all time. Thank you to everyone who does an amazing job making these events happen. P.S. Sorry if my hard-pronounced name. We have $150 from Zarori, saying long-time GDQ watcher. Been a lot of outstanding runs this year, starting with the hypest Android shenanigans with Nier Automata and going non-stop since then. I may have passed out halfway through FF7, but I tried. Good luck with Dark Souls, and I'm looking forward to Breath of the Wild. We have $150 from Paul Foster. I've spent all this last week trying to think of something clever to say and failed. But with Dark Souls playing, I realized my time has come. Throw good luck, and may the good blood praise the seek blessed.
That's great.
That dog jumped right off the cliff.
And that one ran right off the cliff.
Shoutouts to Toasty in Spiral 1.
Yeah, so we ran past the dog onslaught. We've just got a giant Viking here, and we're picking up. Okay, don't, sir.
Oh no.
Sir.
He's really upset.
He is super upset. Jeez. All right, we've picked up the last of our large Titanite shards. We are ready to get out of here. Just got to go grab a bonfire and run past Jeff Goldblum and Jeff Goldblum. All of the Jeff Goldblums.
Oh wow. What a reference.
Oh, it's the best reference. Yeah, this particular room is really disgusting. We don't want to go down below. There's flies everywhere and a bunch of fly eggs and disgusting stuff everywhere. So, you know we'll be going down there later. Get naked. Oh, we gotta get naked. For reasons. Actual reasons. The reason that I take armor off at certain times is because when you have armor off, you're able to roll faster. And anytime I'm expecting to have to roll a few times, I'll take the armor off so that we can proceed a little bit more quickly. All right, so we're going to give her these ashes. We're going to sell any souls we still have. And we're going to buy 6 rouge, 12 Titanite shards, and 11 bones. And this is, oh, hiccup. This is going to allow us to reinforce our sellsword twin blades up. And we'll reinforce our Estus, give him the Faring Coal so that we can infuse them with a sharp gem. And now they are the best dex weapon ever.
Yeah, pretty much.
Giant Dad is crying somewhere for me. All right, so we didn't have enough dex to use it, but I'm going to level up dex just a tiny bit. All right, that seems good. So with the sharp infusion and with the increased level of these blades, they have A scaling,
Yeah.
close to S probably.
Yeah. I think it turns to S if you get like closer up to +5 on the sharp.
Something like that, yeah.
But we're gonna see how these just go through people like butter.
I mean, before it would take like 4 swipes to kill these guys. Now they're kind of nothing. Which is great. I love being able to murder stuff in one hit. It feels good, man.
And the swings don't take up too much stamina, and they have like a huge, I guess, circumference of like how far you can actually hit.
And
really useful.
And one of the best things about them is you can dual wield them.
Yeah.
And the way dual wielding works in Dark Souls, at least as far as I remember, is that any resin you have will be afflicted 1.5 times. Any damage is like 1.5 times damage, so your scaling is a little bit better. Any stagger is inflicted by that, which makes it so that we can build up bleed a lot faster, we can stagger the bosses, and it just makes things a lot more comfy. All right, we've got some time for a donation or 2 or 3, probably.
All right. We have $150 from Anonymous saying, first time donator, had to donate during the Dark Souls 3 run. Get good or get wrecked. Sleepyhead donates $200 saying, more games please. Also, Belgium says hi.
Hey, Belgium.
We have $250 from Brandon84 saying, thanks everyone for all your hard work for a great cause. Thank you, Brandon. And then we have an anonymous $375 donation saying, long-time watcher, first-time donor, hoping for that Breath of the Wild run while enjoying Dark Souls.
Thank you very much.
Great donation. We got time for one more.
All right. We have $150 from Ryan Henyard saying, greetings from Michigan. SGDQ is always special because it provides a great way to introduce friends, coworkers, and family to what our wonderful community can do. Thank you to all the staff and volunteers who make sure the event is safe and welcoming for all.
All right, so you may notice I've equipped that dagger we bought at the beginning of the game. I'm sure one person remembered we bought that.
Hopefully
Anyway,
it was me.
I hope it was you. Anyway, the reason we've got that dagger is for its weapon art. Normally, when you're in muck like this, you can't run, and any rolls will be like fat rolls, but the quick step weapon art allows us to just kind of cruise our way through it. Mr. Giant, are you going to attack me? Oh, there it is.
On that ring that you just got up there is kind of like the opposite of the red tearstone ring.
Yeah, very similar to that. The Lloyd Sword Ring gives us 10% damage if we're at full health. So, very much like the red tearstone ring's opposite. Also, it gives us this nifty red glow, so we always know if we're at high enough health for it.
It gives him a really good excuse to heal and make it look like he's not scared.
Exactly. Also, I'm not scared of anything, please.
Oh yeah, it's easy.
Easy every time.
Now, if you saw when we killed the first enemies with these weapons, these guys are just going to get torn down.
So yeah, would you like to explain how this boss works?
So, the Deacon is more like this energy that flies around between enemies, and you have to keep on killing the red dude right there. And then when he dies, it'll go into someone else. And then eventually, when the health bar gets to a certain amount, the real Deacon will pop up from the ground. And then once you kill him, that's the whole boss. But there's a few different variants of the enemies in here. There's the fatties and the normal dudes mainly, and the tall guys.
That was some terrible RNG. It spawned behind the coffin. What the heck? Oh, by the way, that was the boss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that fight is like a big race against the clock because eventually you'll get cursed and it's really hard to fight against it, so you gotta act quick. And you don't even have to, you can take like 2 more minutes on that fight and still be okay. But casually, that is a huge hump to go over.
Yeah, that fight can be a little tricky because, I mean, even in the run, even with this weapon that just tears them apart, once in a while, once in a blue moon, they all just stagger their attacks on you and you can't move and you get destroyed. It's a very bad time. Anyway, welcome to Irithyll. This is like the most beautiful looking place in Dark Souls 3, in my opinion. Looks very Bloodborne-ish in a way.
We're gonna walk through it this time.
Anyway, yeah, I mean, you can see the great filter. It does have one minor problem. Since it's so similar to Bloodborne, it happens to have a Bloodborne boss in it for some reason. I'm gonna, you know, we're just gonna get rid of him. Goodbye. So, for anyone that's had trouble with Bridge Dog there, I know I did. I hope that felt good for you watching him die. It does for me. We killed him for the ring that he drops, Pontiff's Right Eye. The way that works is after you do a certain number of consecutive attacks, the ring will activate and it'll give you a damage boost. I'm not sure the exact number, but it works really well with a weapon that hits twice when you swing. Bad Pontiff Knight. These guys are the worst.
Yeah,
These guys are terrifying.
they're really fast.
All right, so I know I said Irithyll is a really pretty area, and I know you guys would love to look at it, but we're going to take a minor shortcut through it, and we're going to save just a tiny bit of time. But luckily FromSoft was kind enough to leave a shortcut in the game for going through Irithyll.
This jump's so tight.
This is a super tight jump. Every trick in Dark Souls 3 is like really, really accurate.
Yeah.
So, welcome to the developer-intended route through Irithyll. FromSoft just loves that this exists.
It's canon.
It looks beautiful, too. And we're done with Irithyll. I hope everyone took some pictures. And we are on our journey to the next boss, so feel free to read a couple of donations.
Absolutely. We have $50 from Nista saying, I've only ever finished Dark Souls 1 after many, many deaths, but watching you use gravity has inspired me to try out Dark Souls 3 now. Good luck with the rest of the run. We have an anonymous $500 donation with no comment.
Ooh, good donation.
Thank you.
And we have $2 from Jen Victual 130. I'm not sure if I butchered that or not. Saying, SGDQ, thank you for all you do. I had the stream running nonstop all week as the best way to celebrate my birthday week.
All right, so coming up here is, well, it's just not a good place. This place sucks. We're about to get mauled by a lot of enemies. A lot of enemies. And I accidentally threw that other alluring skull I had, but don't worry. Don't worry, I'm fine.
Everything's
okay.
okay.
Go away, please, dogs. Okay. Jeez. So, for anyone that doesn't know, we just ran by 5 dogs and 4 mages. It's a tiny, tiny little bit of enemies that can kill you really easily. Dark Souls 3 loves that. They love just shoving a bunch of enemies together and laughing at you when you die.
I just wanted to interject a relevant donation worth $1,000 from Anonymous.
Ooh, dang!
Saying, look at that dog.
Look at that.
All right, our next boss here is Pontiff Sullivan. He is, well, he's a casual player slayer. He really is.
Here comes that shield.
Here comes that shield, yeah. Unfortunately for him, I'm slightly less than casual. I played the game once or twice. You know, I liked it the first time so much, let's do it again.
Bye, Ponta.
Hey. That was a good Pontiff.
Yeah, that's one of those bosses, again, that takes many tries casually. And
Oh, yeah.
So, this is where you just, not like this, my childhood.
No, for anyone that's died to Pontiff 300 times like I did, I hope that felt good for you as much as it felt good for me. I love watching him get destroyed. So, we're about to go through a place that, if you played Dark Souls 1, you might recognize it just a tiny bit. No, actually, my equipment's fine. Anyway, right up these stairs. Man, I started my sentence too early. My timing's off. Oh no. All right, so we're gonna run up these flying buttresses, and you might see some of these Silver Knights shooting giant arrows at you.
They got a few more since last time.
So, as you may know, this is that famous Dark Souls area. This is the Darker Garden.
Light.
Oh, close, close. I'm glad we're on the same page for that terrible joke that nobody laughed at. I love that joke. I'm glad no one laughed at it. All right, so I cast Spook there to make sure those guys didn't attack me. Their Spook is good because it masks your walking. So if you're behind someone, they don't really know you're there, and they just kind of stand there.
Yeah.
They look silly.
In Dark Souls 1, there were the 2 spells. There was just fall control, and then there was the silent footstep.
Hush.
Hush.
Yeah.
Never use it, so you don't.
Exactly.
The Spook just combines the 2. It's super useful.
The bad part is Spook lasts like 3 seconds. When in Dark Souls 1, fall control lasts. I think the last time I cast it is still going 3 years ago, something like that. Anyway, earlier I picked up the Easterner's Ashes. I kind of glanced over that, but those will allow me to buy large Titanite shards to upgrade my weapon even further. And we have some time for some donations while we're on this elevator.
All right, we have a $10 donation from Sadie the dog. I'm a dog, so I don't know what is happening, but my family has been watching SGDQ for days now. Thank you for making them happy. And Cyclops Boy donates $1,000.
Cyclops Boy,
Whoa!
thank you.
Clap for that one.
Saying long-time watcher, long-time donator. Dark Souls 3 has been a massive part of the speedrunning community since it came out, so I just had to donate during this run. Shoutouts to Shoutouts and Bubbles on the Couch.
Yo, what's up, man?
Put all this to the Breath of the Wild.
What's the progress on Breath of the Wild now, Strand?
We are just a little over 2,000 away from meeting it.
Oh,
Nice.
It's very
that's
close.
one hot D
We're
away.
gonna get it. One more good donation. All right, so we are right next to the next boss. So since we're in a Dark Souls 1 area, we're going to face a Dark Souls 1 boss. For the most part, at least.
Yeah, for a portion of the body, it is the same boss.
And we're going to go ahead and get our setup before we go in here. So this is Aldrich, Devourer of Gods, or at least the bottom little worm part of him is Aldrich. The top part is actually Gwendolyn, who was a boss in Dark Souls 1.
This fight can actually kind of suck, so
It definitely can, but it won't. It's fine. Gwendolyn he's my friend. Anyway, he likes to teleport all around phase 2. All right, cool. So when attacking him, hitting him in the Gwendolyn here does a little bit more damage, so we're able to take him down pretty quick. We only got one teleport. That was a really good fight.
yeah, you can get super screwed. You go right in the corner, and there can be the rain of arrows.
That's one attack that we never want to see him do. If, in phase 2 at least, if he does an arrow attack, he'll fire a bunch of magic arrows up into the sky, and they chase you for 10 to 15 seconds. And if you get caught in them, they kill you in about a nanosecond, something like that. Yeah,
Yeah,
sounds about right.
an entire nano of a second.
That might be too long, actually. It's faster than that. All right, so we're running out of places to go. We went up, and now we're going down to our next boss, which will be Yorm the Giant. And for the time being, we have time for, I think, 2 donations. Yeah.
Well, yeah, until we use this item here. But yeah, we got time for that.
All right. $200 from Dr. Aisha235 saying, running through areas and not fighting enemies was always my main Dark Souls strategy, so I'll pretend that I was just intentionally speedrunning the whole time instead of fleeing in constant panic. Thanks for another awesome GDQ. And then $200 from Pearl L saying, thank you for all this awesome week. I had not many hours of sleep this last week, but it was all worth it.
It's always worth it for GDQ. I've always enjoyed it. So, these are the Crowquills. When you combine them with Spook, you become unkillable during the fall. Thanks, Dark Souls. That is the best glitch ever.
It's super cool. The animation for it, and as long as the animation is has started before you got off the cliff, then you're still doing what you're learning technically, and it won't hurt.
The best part is it's super easy. All you have to do is spam L2.
Yep.
So I hope you guys liked watching me jump off a large area and spamming L2 before, because we're going to do it in one more moment.
You need that stretch out gesture.
The stretch out gesture is great. That's Gilligan from Dark Souls 2 or something like that, I think. The guy you get that stretch out gesture from. But mainly I grabbed the Undead Bone Shard, because I'd like my Estus to be a +1 at least.
This fire sucks so much.
Yeah, it can hit you when you think it's not going to. It's rough sometimes. All right, so I'm going to equip slightly less equip load, because we're going to grab another weapon. I hope everyone's excited for another sword.
This one is specifically
Yeah.
for Yorm. Oh, we've seen this one before.
Hey, it's Yorm the Giant. So this guy looks intimidating, but he's actually probably one of the easiest bosses in the speedrun, unless bad luck happens. Anyway, shoutouts to Demon Souls. We got the Storm Ruler. Yorm, what are you doing? Sir, that's a pillar. That is not me.
Yeah, you definitely don't want Yorm to do weird stuff because...
Yeah, when Yorm does weird stuff, it becomes hard to tell what I should do to fight him. So when he got locked on that pillar, that was odd. All right, so the main thing we want to do is bait out that little slam attack.
Headshot.
Because it lets you do that to him. And Yorm's actually the only enemy in the entire game that this giant wind blast works on. You'd think it would work on, you know, a peasant or something like that. Nope, just Yorm. Anyway, by walking like this, we're able to bait out that attack and give us time to charge up for another weapon art. That was close. If he would have been able to get further into that animation, he might have... Yorm is really weird, and sometimes even when you hit him with the weapon art, somehow he doesn't get hit by the weapon art. Would you calm down? Jeez.
Bye, Yorm.
All right, let's munch on a soul while we've got the time. Delicious. All right, so we may have finished one boss, but we're going right into another. We're being automatically teleported to the next boss arena, which, well, we've seen it before.
Yeah, when you, after a certain number of bosses, you get teleported right here directly where you fight Dancer. And then Dancer will lead you to the following area again. And that's really nice to abuse, so you don't have to use a homeward bone or anything.
Yeah. Specifically, it's after you kill the other Lords of Cinder.
Yeah, Lords.
Yorm, the Abyss Watchers, and Aldrich. So this is Dancer. She is one of the tougher bosses in the game. So I'm going to be extra careful not to get grabbed, because that grab will kill me in one hit. All right. Phase 2, Beyblade, let her rip! Oh, I love it. I love Phase 2.
She's just fidgeting around.
So normally I would be right inside of that spin to kill her during it, but